everyone, this is RC3000, and with me we have...
NS!
Or...
Digimon1990 on YouTube.
Yeah. And today, we're doing something special. We're gonna start our first podcast, GPTPodcast, working title, because I still have no idea what the fuck to call this.
You're no good at thinking of titles, apparently.
I'm not really good at creating any imaginative things. I'm just gonna steal everything from YouTube. Hey look, that guy is doing the podcast. I'm gonna do a podcast, but it's gonna be cooler because I'm in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, in this podcast, we're gonna discuss E3, which happened like almost a week ago, actually. Actually, by the time this is uploaded, it is actually gonna be a week after E3, so... So yeah, so we're gonna talk mostly about the conference, and then we're gonna like talk the games that we want, that were in E3 and that we want.
Yeah.
And we're only gonna talk about the main conference, meaning that I'm not gonna talk about EA or Ubisoft, even though Ubisoft had a good, had the best conference, and EA had the worst. It's kind of ironic that we skip those.
Yay!
The worst, we missed the worst and the best. It's kind of funny like that. But anyways, first things first, the first conference that was Microsoft press conference.
Equals...
Yeah, go on.
Equals fail!
Yeah, pretty much. Microsoft was the second worst in this year. I don't know how EA screw up even worse than Microsoft, though. I'm kind of wondering how they fail so much. But the best thing about this year's conferences is that they actually start on time! I was like, oh my god, they are actually on time this year.
All the conferences perhaps were on time.
Well, I don't know about Sony, but I know that pretty much everyone else was. But anyways. So, anyways, the first game that presented, and by the way, don't expect in the Microsoft conference say that are excited for these games, because we're not big Microsoft, especially me since I don't even have a 360. And us has a 360. And
But I don't use it a lot.
Yeah, you don't use it a lot, so it doesn't really matter. But the first thing that they showed was Halo 4, which this time is not being made by the same developers, which it was Bungie.
Yeah.
If I'm pronouncing that right. Now it's actually being made by Numbers Industry. What? Who the hell? Okay, they have the numbers. It's 343 Industries. Yeah, okay, whatever. You know, I don't even know. I guess they're going for the same idea as the 360 or something on those words. I don't know. But anyways, we saw some gameplay. The graphics were pretty cool, and it does look kind of like Halo 3. I actually didn't play Halo 3 per se, but I did saw my friends at school playing that game once. So I saw a bit. It does look a lot like Halo 3. So that's a plus. At the same time, it doesn't seem to improve. I guess the graphics are better in this game, but, you know, like I said, we're not Microsoft fans, so I wouldn't know much.
I guess.
So anyways, after that, we have Splinter Cell Blacklist, which add connect voice functions.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that, NS?
Well, if you think about it, Splinter Cell, it's kind of like Metal Gear Solid. It's a stealth game, pretty much.
Actually, many people on Twitter were saying that actually that was... Wait, is this Metal Gear?
Yeah, I was like, what? Are they comparing to Metal Gear again?
Yeah, it kind of was like Metal Gear Solid 4, because the Metal Gear Solid 4, in the beginning of the game, it happened in the same kind of area they were showing that gameplay.
You mean Middle East?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Splinter Cell games are made by Ubisoft, and this is coming like 2013. Which, by the way, I forgot to say the date of release that is going to be for Halo 4, which is going to be November 6th of this year in the US. This game is still doesn't have a consistent date yet. It's gonna come 2013 if we're alive at that point. God knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, but for what I know, Kinect functions with the voice didn't work too well with Mass Effect 3, and that was a big game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that they're just pulling this to us. Hey, you know, Kinect has this voice function. We're gonna put it in every game, and yet not working. Hopefully this time it will work.
Well, I believe there were some updates on the Kinect. I haven't updated my Kinect for forever, so I hope that the microphone thingy works better.
Yeah, they might have actually fixed that.
Hopefully.
I don't know. They may have done it. They may have not. I don't really care right
Let's
now.
not trust Microsoft.
Let's not. I'm not trusting my Windows Vista right now. I don't trust anything that goes blue screen randomly in the morning, because that happened to me yesterday for no reason. But anyways, after that, we have EA that introduces FIFA 13 and Made in 13. Actually, introduces Made in 13, but FIFA 13 they also talk about a bit about that. And it's gonna, just like the last game, is gonna have connect voice functions.
Yeah, we noticed that.
We first thought that they were just you had to like stay in a room and then shoot the ball and doing stuff like that, but it was just the voice functions for what they shown at least.
Well, that was not the only sports game that will have Kinect function.
That's always good to know.
Yeah, FIFA 13, it will also have Kinect functions.
But like I said, well, I never said this. What am I thinking? But if you wanted to play a sport game, you would normally just play it on the street or just playing with your friends on some place that you can play football, especially in here. And by the way, I'm talking about European football because that's the real football. I mean, when does American football use foot? Like 10% of the time? Not that saying that American football is bad. Actually, I watched Made in 12 play to or at least gameplay of the Made in 12, and I actually enjoy watching that. I actually thought it was more interesting than the FIFA games. But let's be honest, why is it called football?
That's something we'll never know.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm rating right now. Fucking American football is cool. That's all I'm gonna say. I just don't know why it's called football. What I'm talking about here is why would you fucking buy a? There's just many people that play these sport games when they can just normally play outside. I mean, I can understand in a rain day you can just play FIFA, but with Kinect, why? Why? I mean, they only show the voice function, which I don't think anyone is gonna use. Just saying. But anyways, after that, we see a teaser trailer of Fable: The New Journey.
Yep.
So, do you want to talk about that, NS?
Well, for what I heard, this Fable game has Kinect functions.
That's what I said.
Yes. There you go.
Actually, this game is completely for Kinect, so.
Yeah, kind of like that Star Wars game as well.
It's kind of like the Sorcery game that came out for the PlayStation Move.
We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. No, that game already came out.
Oh, came out, yeah. What am I saying?
I think you were confusing with something else that they were doing for the Move.
Yeah.
But anyways, you can do Kamehamehas, and as they even show that in the end of the trailer. Just
that's not the only game that you can do that.
Hadokens?
I meant Dragon Ball Z Kinect.
Oh yeah, that's also coming out, but that wasn't actually announced in the conference, so
which is kind of a sad thing.
And we're not even gonna talk about it because why? I don't have a 360 or a Kinect, and I don't think many people are even gonna buy that game. But that's kind of out of the way that we're talking here.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, moving on.
The next game was Gears of War Judgment, which was a trailer that's coming out in 2013 and still made by Epic Games. Really nothing to say because I'm not a Gears of War fan. As expected, I don't have an Xbox 360 and then has never played the games. For what I know, it's still a third-person shooter. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we have a racing game, which was Forza Horizon, if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it is Horizon.
We have a teaser trailer. This game is coming out in the 23rd of October 2012.
Pretty much.
And really, it looks pretty cool. Do I care? No. No, I really don't.
Well, you suck at racing, I know that.
Well, but, I like more interesting racing like Mario Kart or Sega All-Star Racing. I just don't find it appealing regular racing car games. I don't like I mean, I have nothing against it. It's always better than just fucking FIFA Maiden. that buying all those games every fucking year. I mean, with Forza Horizon, at least I can understand, but you know.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Anyways, after that, they announced a dashboard with Connect voice functions.
Yeah, that's the new dashboard, but you can use voice this time.
Well, it seemed to work there, but do you think that was actually the Connect doing that? I'm kind of
Yeah.
wondering. Who knows? They might have actually just that was all just fake to just show off. Who knows? It might be a lie. I'm just actually
Didn't they do that?
I'm just kidding there.
Didn't they do that last year as well?
I don't think
I think it was something similar to that, but that's just me saying.
Yeah, but anyways, this is not a big deal. And then they talk about stuff that were not related to games, which was TV.
TV.
It was the TV, the Machinima. You can watch Machinima on your Xbox. Great, but I can do that on my fucking laptop. Why the fuck would I do that? Yes, this is totally the reason why I want to buy an Xbox now. Gonna buy it right now, and I want to watch Machinima on a fucking Xbox. Totally, I'm gonna fucking waste my money. I'm gonna just do that. I think Microsoft failed to understand what the game console was for, because they just been, in this conference specifically, they've been pretty much talking about applications that people don't really care. And people like me that don't have an Xbox 360 want to see, well, I'm more for the gaming. I'm waiting to see games that will make me buy the 360. But this doesn't make me buy the 360. This is just there because they feel like it. I just don't know what's wrong with them.
Oh, well. They're probably selling the product, but then they realize, oh, we're not going to sell the product now. Okay, we failed.
Yeah, I just don't know. Anyways, after that, we have Night Plus Connect Training.
It's kind of like Wii Fit of the Wii, but it's for the Xbox 360.
And like the PlayStation Move game that they also made, that Sony also made, but I forgot the name right now.
It's the Move Fitness, I think.
Well, on the to defend Microsoft here, they actually didn't put fitness on the name.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. Nothing special to talk about there. It's a fitness game. Moving on. And then they talk about the smart glass, which, really, do we care?
It's just a glass.
There we go. But it's not necessarily glass. It's an iPad, iPod, or whatever. I wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, it's a tablet, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much what it is. It's you can control like stuff, your tablet or iPod or whatever it is. I wasn't paying much attention to that, but it's kind of like a remote control. Let's put it that way.
Wow. Okay.
So it's pretty much pointless. Why the fuck would I do that? And then we saw some gameplay of the new Tomb Raider, which was actually revealed last E3.
Yeah.
But this time we saw more gameplay. The problem is, this game is not even exclusive for them. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to show things that are only coming out for exclusive. And that's probably why, lately, the only thing you've been showing was Connect games. Last year was Connect games, the year before that was Connect games, and yet no one really cares shit. I think people want more exclusive Connect games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Microsoft just fails to understand that, and that's their program.
Oh, well.
But anyway, Tomb Raider, it kind of looked like Uncharted.
It's kind of that.
But in Tomb Raider's defense, Uncharted was based on Tomb Raider, and now Tomb Raider is following what Uncharted was, or is.
Pretty much.
So yeah, and this is actually being published by Square Enix and being developed by Crystal Dynamics. Pretty cool. So then we receive a few teaser trailers of a trailer for Shenmue Gods, which is an arcade game. Which is probably exclusive for the 360, I'm not sure yet, so maybe it's coming out for PS3. But from what I saw, it's exclusive for arcade. So finally, exclusive, and it's only a teaser trailer. That's great. And then we have Loco Cycle, which NS kind of fucking just fucked me up, saying that he was Twisted Pixel, but that was actually the developers.
Yeah, kind of mixed up there for a bit.
And then we had another Twisted Terror for Matter, which were kind of like Portal, and then we find out it's for Kinect. Okay.
It's kind of like Tron and Portal.
Yeah, kind of like Portal, actually.
Yeah.
And then finally, something interesting, but still not exclusive for Microsoft. And I'm kind of losing my voice because Microsoft is just doing so bad at it. Now that we're recording this, I'm just realizing how bad it is. Because I'm just screaming out loud for this. But anyways, the next game was Resident Evil 6. As we know, that's also coming out for the PlayStation 3. And I think it's also coming out for Wii U. Don't quote me on that because I didn't check that. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, that looked pretty cool. It seems that it will also have co-op just like the last game, but I'm not sure on that. We are not big Resident Evil fans. I saw a few playthroughs of it. Anas doesn't really care for it.
Because they are zombies, and you know what I feel like for zombies.
Every fucking game these days, all the survivor games are mostly zombies, Anas. Get over it. This will happen to every single game now. All survivor games are now zombies.
I guess.
So then they show actually some gameplay, and hey, finally, another exclusive. And guess what, Anas?
What?
It's a Kinect game!
Wow! Of all things!
Anyways, and the game is Racketeers, which pretty much is kind of like Angry Birds. You have to throw something and blow up a castle. And that game, I actually have to admit, it kind of looked pretty cool. It kind of is appealing with all the fireworks going on, but yeah, it's a Kinect game.
Yeah, I remember now. I was thinking like, wait, Racketeer? What's that game? And then when you said that, I was like, oh, now I remember. It's the one to destroy buildings and palaces and whatnot.
And then you decided to go to the bathroom when the other game was presented, which was
South Park.
Which actually, I first thought it was actually an exclusive for the 360.
Yeah,
and
but
guess what? It's not.
Yeah, then I saw, oh, wait, it's not.
It does have exclusive content for the 360, but that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that game is South Park: The Stick of Truth. So that's kind of gonna be an RPG game, and apparently your character, it's a custom character that you can create, is gonna be the guy with the powers or something on those words. And the guys that are making the developers that are making this are Obsidian Entertainment. I didn't even know if I pronounced that right or if I'm reading the right thing. But this game is coming out March 5th, 2013, and I kind of in looking for it or not because I'm not a South Park fan, but it actually looked pretty cool that the guys that made the cartoons are actually making the animations for the game. So that's pretty cool that they're well, okay, it's kind of obvious they had to do some work on that, but you know, it's kind of interesting. NS, I think I found another exclusive game for the Microsoft. Oh, okay, I'm really redoing that joke because I already said almost said Kinect there, and it's Dance Central 3.
Yeah, with the concert of a singer, and I'm trying to remember his name, but I kind of forgot now.
And I kind of don't care.
I was just trying to remember his name, but then I can't remember. But anyway, it was kind of like a concert a little bit. Then they were doing basically dancing on the background. That was pretty much it of what Dance Central 3 was.
This is Dance Central 3 in an XL. Also, we paid this fucking dancer to sing and dance.
Yeah.
To just show off how bad this game is. Well, it's not bad. Dance Central games are probably not bad for people that like to dance. But again, it's exclusive for Kinect. And granted, there's gonna be a PlayStation Move game for there's a PlayStation Move game for dancing and a fucking Wii game for that as well. So there's nothing really special about that at this point. So let's move on to the last game they presented, which was Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Another first-person shooter. You know, it's kind of funny that they don't even try at this point. most the idea I have from Microsoft is that they only do mostly first-person shooters. Now, don't get me wrong, first-person shooters are probably fun, but if that's the only thing that they have, that means they don't have much variety. And I count variety above all. If it doesn't have variety, I'm not gonna bother buying a Microsoft console. It just, I just don't even have words to describe this. And I don't even think this is an exclusive for the 360 either. And for what we saw, it was not that interesting, and they actually spent like more time than anything else besides explaining the random stuff like the fucking smart glass. And then they just ended like 15 minutes with Call of Duty because there's Call of Duty is awesome, but well, I don't fucking care. I'm trying to see a reason to my Microsoft. I still haven't seen any good exclusives in this.
Wow.
God.
I just now laughed. Because you said, is there a reason for Microsoft to live now?
Well, Microsoft no, as a console, I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Microsoft.
I didn't meant the computers and whatnot. I'm just meaning the 360 part.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, that was all for the Microsoft conference. And like you said, we're not going to do the EA or Ubisoft, so we're just going to skip all the way to
the Sony.
Since this was actually doing a really late time here in Europe, so we weren't able to see live from the websites that were broadcasting this. So instead we just watch it.
The recorded one.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyways, you want to take the first game that appeared in the Sony conference so I can actually have a drink here for a bit?
Oh my god, what was the first one? I'm trying to remember what was the first one. Unlike RC, I didn't make a list. I didn't wrote down everything that was happening.
Yeah, and that's why I said to make a list,
Yeah,
just in case.
I'm sorry, but I just don't remember. I'm sorry. I just can't remember.
So I guess I'll be talking most on this thing, am I?
I'm sorry, I just can't remember.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyways, the first thing was the guys from that done Heavy Rain, which if you didn't play, you should probably play. It's a good PlayStation 3 exclusive. You hear that, Microsoft? Exclusive!
Oh, now I remember what's the game. Two Souls, is that it?
Close enough. Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls, yeah. Which basically the plot is a girl that can see pretty much the real world and the afterlife.
Unfortunately, there was just a teaser trailer. I think that there was like stage shows with GameSpot or IGN that they probably show some gameplay, but I actually didn't know that until like when we were like preparing for this yesterday, and then I forgot to watch it today because I was kind of busy today. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have time to see the gameplay. But you probably are seeing right now because I'll probably actually put some gameplay as we are talking about the games that we're talking about. If we are talking about like a long time, like I'm doing right now, giving time for you to see the gameplay that's playing right now.
Yeah.
It's probably playing right now if it's playing right now. And now I'm just being stupid, okay?
Anyway, Beyond Two Souls, I'm gonna be honest, the game looks interesting overall.
Yeah, even though we haven't watched gameplay yet.
Yeah.
But we probably should watch after this, actually, but you know.
Yeah, but I believe the game is interesting overall.
Yeah, well, I have to watch it eventually because I have to edit this, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, the next game we have, we see gameplay for PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, which is pretty much a ripoff for the Smash Bros.
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah, just because something just comes from the same idea doesn't mean it's a ripoff. A ripoff is a exact copy.
Exactly.
And you know what's funny, NS? You know Super Mario Bros. 2, the US version?
Yeah.
That's technically a ripoff of a Japanese game. So, there we go. They ripoff. I mean, they probably have the rights to do that, but technically that was the same game, only with Mario instead. I forgot what's the name of the game because I'll put the text there saying what was the name of the game. But technically, that's what a ripoff is. It's pretty much the same game, only using different characters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually what it is, a ripoff. This is just using the same idea and putting the Sony characters. Actually, that's kind of what I just said.
Yeah, the Sony characters that appear in this game: Kratos from God of War, Nathan from Uncharted, Sly Cooper from Sly Cooper series, the clown guy whose name I kind of forgot. Don't remember. Anyway, there'll be more. They did actually a 3 minute battle. Yeah, 3 minute battle. In the stage was Metropolis from Ratchet and Clank.
Hell yeah!
And then, what does appear? The first boss of God of War 1.
Really? It's the first boss of God of War?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Which is some kind of a Hydra, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
if it is.
I think it is an Hydra.
Yeah.
And it kind of almost ate Captain Quark, but it somehow tame it.
Yes.
So Captain Quark saved the day in the very end.
Yes.
But anyways, what I was trying to say is that it plays the same way, but it's using different characters, and it's just that it uses a different gameplay mechanic. It's not too much different, but not everyone is a Nintendo fan, and it's not completely rip-off because you don't die from falling to your death or just ring outs or something on those words like blah, and the gimmicks are a bit different. You have to punch your enemy, and these energy balls came out, and then you accumulate energy to do to up to 3 levels of super attacks that will kill the enemy, but your regular attacks won't. And that's how the game works. That's not like Super Smash Ball where you fucking have to go to do a certain percentage and bring him out of the stage, or just be in a high percentage to send the enemy flying. It's totally not that. If they did that, then it would be a ripoff. Not being the case, it's not a complete ripoff. Besides, Sony itself actually uploaded some gameplay to their YouTube site. I actually haven't checked that, but that's what people have been saying. One of the tags is actually Super Smash Bros. With that, they are admitting that it's kind of a ripoff from Super Smash Bros. So, yeah. With that said, we're both looking forward to this game because I was born with a PS still. Of course I'm fucking looking for the game. I mostly have Sony consoles. The only console that is not Sony is the Nintendo DS. So, yeah, I'm looking forward for this game. So anyways, after that, we had Call of Duty Black Ops Disqualified for the PlayStation Vita.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what, Microsoft? This is another exclusive! Okay, this is technically a portable console that Microsoft doesn't have, which, by the way, why haven't you done it yet?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're wondering now, Microsoft. Where's the portable console of yours?
Yeah, I mean, with Nintendo and Sony having portable consoles, wouldn't you think they would make portable consoles at this point? I'm kind of wondering at this point.
Oh, well.
Whatever. Anyways, then we have Assassin's Creed Liberation, which is another PlayStation Vita exclusive, which is coming up at the end of October. And the same day, it's coming out pretty much the same day as Assassin's Creed 3, which also was shown a bit. Kind of like, what's it called? They show gameplay of that game, which was the battleship.
Yeah, that's from the 18th. It starts in the 18th century, then the 1700s. That's what we know.
Yeah, we haven't actually played much of Assassin's Creed, but I hope that they have a multiplayer, because if I'm gonna buy this game, I'm gonna enjoy the multiplayer, because I did play the beta version of the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, if I recall correctly, or was it Revelations? I don't even know. But I actually like that, and I enjoy that multiplayer, despite the fact that many people just randomly kill me. But it was pretty fun multiplayer, so I hope they still keep that on in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually intend to buy the Assassin's Creed games. Because after I saw that amazing graphics for the water, and I'm not saying that the graphics is everything, I had fun with the multiplayer, so maybe the main campaign is actually pretty good, so yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Far Cry 3, which includes 4-player co-op, which is always a good, but not the kind of thing I would. And they were pretty much just like co-oping. Do you have that thing? Oh, do you have that thing? I don't think we do that in co-op. I mean, I can see if it was like in real life and you have to plan your strategy, but I don't think people do that when playing video games. I'm kind of just saying that, but moving on. And then it's that thing that we'll all be waiting for the crap, which was the Wonder Book for the PlayStation Move. So, Anas, do you want to take over from this one? You actually know about this one?
Can you say the title name?
Wonder Book.
Oh yes, a Wonder Book. Okay, so Wonder Book is kind of you have. I think it comes. Or, no, it comes separately. You gotta buy the book first, and then you have to buy the game because it comes separately. I noticed that. And the book is pretty much a storybook, but you're at the same time a spellcaster. Yeah, the PlayStation Move is a wand, literally. And you have to learn spells like fire, water, wind, whatever it is. And that game was inspired from the Harry Potter books, with author in this case, the Harry Potter books, pretty much. J.K. Rowling. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, in a nutshell, are you looking forward to this game, NS?
You know what? I'll probably gonna give it a try, but I don't know if after that I'm gonna regret.
Yeah.
Because my room is small. I don't know where to put the book. Maybe on my lap, perhaps, and then just, because my PlayStation Eye. Let's be honest, my PlayStation Eye is next to the TV, and the PlayStation Eye is not next to the book. So how in the world am I gonna put the book and then use the PlayStation Move at the same time?
Yeah, so pretty much, if you don't have like space in your house, this is not gonna work well.
Pretty much.
Just saying. And then we have the gameplay for the new God of War Accessions, which pretty much they show the fucking same thing as every fucking God of War.
Yeah, killing stuff.
Yeah, killing stuff, and there was a gimmick of defying all logic of gravity, but many games already have done that, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But apparently, this game is gonna have multiplayer.
Apparently.
Okay, now the question is, why didn't they show that? That's the big news about this new God of War.
Well, I guess they're still working on it.
No. There was actually multiplayer gameplay in the E3 itself. They just didn't show it in the conference. Why?
I just don't get them. Moving on.
Silly developers. And finally, the final game they actually presented was The Last of Us, which we first actually thought it was an Uncharted game, but guess what? It's made by Naughty Dog, so...
Yeah, so...
There we go! That explains everything.
Well, Last of Us is kind of like Uncharted, but of course the characters are not the same. Nathan is not there. Instead, there's a guy named Ethan and his 14-year-old daughter, whose name I kind of forgot now.
I don't think they're a daughter, actually.
But anyway.
I think they're both survivors, from what I know. And it's a survival game that might have zombies, but we didn't see any zombies in the game.
We only saw human beings. That's all.
Mm-hmm. So it actually worked pretty good because it seems like the AI for the girl is actually pretty smart. When you're like in danger, she will just fucking say, "Hey asshole, take this fucking jar!"
Yeah, pretty much.
That was actually pretty funny. So hopefully, if that's true, that's a game that I might look forward because I never actually play a survival game and I actually like to try. And if it doesn't have zombies, that's actually something. Oh my god, a survival game without zombies! What the hell am I looking at? But anyways, that was all for the Sonic conference.
And I'll have to say, I'll give thumbs up because it was a great conference.
Yeah, in comparison to Microsoft and spoiler word, Nintendo wasn't that great either. So in comparison, I actually like Sony most. But then again, I mostly have Sonic things, so I'm not gonna judge this. So I'll let you judge this better because
because they didn't.
You have every single console ever.
I'm the only one, maybe. Nah, not really. There may be more people who have more consoles than I do. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, they didn't bash a lot about TVs. They mentioned the TV stuff and whatnot, but they didn't bash a lot like Microsoft did,
Yeah, they spent like half an hour to do
that. Yeah, they explained in 30 minutes. Microsoft explained that in an hour or 45 minutes at least.
Hmm.
So, in comparison, Sony was a little better. But yeah, way better. I'm sorry. A little better,
Hmm.
that's too much. That's too little to say. It's way better.
And they also show exclusive, which Microsoft failed on that note.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, and now we have Nintendo press conferences.
Which
Oh,
starts with Miyamoto getting out of his locker room and there are Pikmins everywhere. And we thought, Pikmin. I wonder if it's a new Pikmin game. Guess what? It is! For the Wii
yep.
U.
Finally, Pikmin 3 was revealed to be launched to the Wii U when it comes out.
Yeah, when
So
the
that
Wii U gets released, obviously.
so that's pretty cool for Pikmin people that like Pikmin. I never played Pikmin, but people keep saying that it seems that it plays like the Clank levels in Ratchet and Clank. I
Hmm.
don't know why they do say that. It doesn't seem like it to
No.
me.
And,
I don't think
and
so.
besides, the first two games were, well, Pikmin 2 and 1 were for the GameCube.
Yeah.
And
Well, the second game came out on the Wii in Europe, and then later on it actually came out on American. Actually, just recently it came out in American.
oh
If
yeah,
I'm not wrong.
yeah, that too.
Mhm.
Kind of forgot that.
And in is Cold Pocket that Miyamoto had, he had Steve.
Yes, Steve is the red Pikmin, in case if you're wondering.
Yeah, because Sugar Conroy calls him the Red Pikmin Steve.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that that Red Pikmin took Miyamoto hostage.
I'm
Now I have him, Sugar Conroy. What are you gonna do?
yeah, and Miyamoto's English hasn't improved apparently.
So that's why we have a translator for that.
Yeah, but after the Nintendo press conference, I was just gonna say this on a quick note. Miyamoto spoke English all the time.
So he knows a bit of English, but it's not enough, and that's why he has a translator.
Yeah, pretty much. But hey, it's a little bit English, so I guess it's all right.
It's alright!
Yeah, and thank God the translator was a little bit faster than last year, because last year was a little slow.
Yeah, it was not about being slow. There was actually one time, I don't even know if it was in E3, but I do remember that the translator was just talking at the same time. The problem was that someone in the volume setting business forgot to actually put the voice of the guy that was talking Japanese lower, so they will just not fucking collide, and the volume will just be the
Yeah,
same, and they're talking at the same time. People wouldn't understand it that way. This time around, at least I could understand because the volumes were kind of balanced.
yeah, pretty much. Anyways, after Pikmin 3, I think was more titles. I think it was New Super Mario Bros. U.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that.
actually right.
Yeah, which will come out as well at the same time as the release date of the Wii U. The release, excuse me. Ugh, stupid me.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a new feature on that New Super Mario Bros. Game. Golden stuff, like golden flowers.
No. You're confusing with the other one.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, this is Super Mario Bros. Wii U. They have functions with the gamepad command. By the way, nice name for that fucking controller.
I don't care, as long as it is something.
Yeah, and there's like those blue Yoshis which throw bubbles into the enemies and turn them into coins.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
there's
it.
like another Yoshi which turns into a balloon of some kind. So that was pretty much. So overall, it's just two new gimmicks, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess three new gimmicks if you're using the Wii U big fucking controller, which name I really don't agree. They should have actually come with a really cool name, but no, let's just go with
It's
gamepad.
Nintendo, never mind.
Hmm. And
Next.
then, and then we have the best fucking thing ever, Batman Arkham City Armor Edition.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah,
Because,
not
I
that
mean,
we.
come on, the Arkham City was released. Why are they doing an armored edition? Okay, fine, it's for the gamepad so that you can find the tools and whatnot. But come on, can't you really think of something else?
Yeah, if all things to show, they should have actually shown new content. They really need to show Batman Arkham City. I know that game was successful, but that doesn't mean you have to fucking put it, and people are not gonna buy it because the people that already wanted this game already buy it. Even though I didn't buy it and I want this game, but then again, I'm not gonna buy a Wii U for that game because by the time that game comes out, the price of Batman Arkham City for the PS3 is gonna be less expensive. And guess what I'm gonna go for?
I'm not.
Yeah, because you don't care.
No, no, I'm just saying I didn't want to guess. But I think I knew where you were going.
Yeah, I'm going for the PS3.
Yeah,
in
there you
case
go.
in case it wasn't obvious enough, NS.
Yes. Anyways, after Batman,
We had Scribblenauts Unlimited, which is, for what I know, it's you like type something and then something appears.
wow.
This is also coming out for the 3DS. Nothing much interesting, but then they show a bunch of games that are gonna come out for the Wii U. One of them that already came out, just like Batman Arkham City, Mass Effect 3,
Mm-hmm.
which probably will have with the gamepad functions. Then we have Darksiders 2, Tank, God knows what that's about, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Yep.
So, that's the games. And then, guess what, NS?
What?
Microsoft and Nike Plus, they have Wii Fit U, yeah.
Yes.
Do they really need to make another one? Why? Why?
I just don't get Nintendo logic.
Just make the Wii Fit compatible with the Wii U, and just make updates for that game. Wow, is it really so mind blowing to do that?
I think Nintendo is lazy to get updates.
I guess
Probably,
so.
but that's just me saying.
Yeah, well, the Nintendo Wii didn't really have an update system.
Pretty much.
But then again, I don't even know. I don't own a Nintendo Wii yet. I actually am intending buying one because there's a bunch of cool Wii games that I would like to play. Unlike Microsoft, just shutting up there. Sorry if you are a Microsoft fan, but that's what I think for now. Anyways, then they show Sing working title. Just like this podcast.
Exactly. Sing is kind of like SingStar. It's a karaoke game, pretty much.
Except the gamepad is a mic itself, so you actually don't fucking need a mic.
Yes. So yeah, inner mic.
So you're gonna sing with the gamepad on your hands.
But here's the thing. Well, you can put the lyrics either on the TV or on the gamepad screen.
Yeah, that's a good thing, but singing to a gamepad like that, it just doesn't feel right. It's just. And then they review Super Mario Bros. Wii for the 3DS, and this is the game that you were talking about.
Yeah, the one that has the golden stuff. Golden, Koopa Triple with a golden shell. If you kick the golden shell, for instance, you will see coins everywhere, pretty much. But that's not all. There's also a golden flower. If you're carrying that flower, you'll get coins.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess. 3DS.
So after that, we have a new Paper Mario for the 3DS, which is Paper Mario Sticker Star.
Yeah, Sticker Star. That game it sounds nice. After the last.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm looking forward to this game because I still don't have a 3DS, but I'll probably check it out if I get a 3DS later on. So, and then we have Luigi mentioned too, Dark Moon. Yeah, Dark Moon.
Dark Moon,
That's what
yeah.
So yeah, for fans that like the first mention, it's back. But now so far we have been having so many Mario related titles. I'm pretty sure there was like other stuff like Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong, Kirby.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other games, and most of the games that were revealed were Mario games, which just And then we have like a bunch of trailer for the 3DS games that are coming out, which were shown just 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a bunch of them. Anyways, the first they show was Epic Mickey Power of Illusions, which is actually a sequel to one game, The Power of Illusions, I believe, was the call of the game for the SNES. This is a continuation to that game. It's also kind of like Epic Mickey 2, but it's kind of a different game in that matter. But I don't know much about this game yet. Then we have a bit of Kingdom Hearts 3D.
Yeah.
And then we have also Castlevania,
2.
Wars of Shadow,
Wars of Shadow.
Mirror.
Yep.
Mirror. I don't even understand my own letter, but it's Mirror something. Mirror Fate, I think.
Mirror's Fate, yeah.
Mirror's Fate. Yeah.
Castlevania's back again.
And then we see the best trailer ever, NS.
Oh yeah, that trailer.
Yeah, the trailer for Lego City Undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought thanks to show in the E3 conference, I wouldn't say Lego City is one of them. But there was actually something funny that that was in the end of the trailer.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. It's the one where the Lego guy goes down through a pipe and you hear the sound of the pipe.
Yeah,
from the Mario games.
The Mario
obviously.
games, yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, wow, nice way to end there.
Indeed, and this game is coming out for the Wii U, also for the 3DS, but with more content. And then we have, hey, guess what, NS? We had a dancing game for the Microsoft conference. We have to have a dancing game for the Wii U. Just Dance 4.
And guess who was the puppet master? Or better yet, the guy with the Wii U gamepad. It was Reggie himself.
Wow.
He was using a gamepad. And then the others were all dancing. The others danced with the Wii controller, obviously.
It just sounds really silly to dance with the fucking used controller.
No, the guys that dance use the Wii controller. The Wii U guy just commands the others to do this kind of dance.
So what does the guy with the gamepad really do?
Basically, you just tell them what kind of pose they do. Like I said, Puppet Master.
Okay, so the Puppet Master. Okay.
And then at the end, this was the funny thing. At the end, the guy who was doing Just Dance 4 asked him, "So how does it feel to be the Puppet Master?" Then Reggie answered, "It's like controlling Nintendo. Nintendo America."
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay, Reggie, what was the point of that joke?"
Because his body was ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, besides, he's the president of Nintendo America. So.
Yeah, that's why he said it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyways, after that, guess what, NS?
Oh no, Wii U again?
Well, what do we expect? Of course it's Wii U. It's Zombie U!
Oh no, the Zombie U game.
Why does every fucking Nintendo game has to have like the gimmick of the thing? Super Mario Bros. Wii, fucking Zombie U.
Because Nintendo can think of titles.
Titles? What are those?
Exactly. I mean, Nintendo, can't you guys think of a better title? I'm just asking.
Anyways, this is also as gameplay functions. Woohoo. Still, it's a surviving zombie game. I don't think we haven't seen this in years, except for the past probably 10 years. This is probably Resident Evil, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of like Resident Evil.
And then we see Ubisoft shows a bunch of games that are coming out for the Wii U. Ubisoft games, obviously.
Yeah.
Only one piqued my interest. It was Rayman Legends, and just like the new Super Mario Bros. U, the one of the guys can just do something to the pad to help out the others.
Pretty much.
Pretty much like everything. And then finally, to end the conference, they decide to go to Disneyland. No, Nintendo Land.
No, it's called Nintendo Land, and it has 6 places. For what we saw, it was 6 places. F-Zero, Luigi's Mansion again, Donkey Kong. Let me think. Animal Crossing, or was it something like that? You know the candy one?
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Okay, Luigi, Donkey Kong, F-Zero. I'm missing 2 of them. I know there's 2 more.
Legend of Zelda?
Legend of Zelda? Yeah. Finally, some Legend of Zelda. Well, they didn't show anyway.
Well, it's technically you're not playing the game itself. It's like the PlayStation not PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Home in a nutshell, but probably better actually.
Well, hopefully.
It's not something that I would buy the Wii U for.
Unless
it's like, yeah, go
on. Unless if it's bought through using Wi-Fi, but I don't know. You know the.
Yeah, I think it is online.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
But anyways, that's actually how they ended, and yeah, it was kind of disappointing that the last thing they show was Nintendo Land. I mean, I wasn't expecting any special games, but many Nintendo fans were expecting better from this. I'm not a big Nintendo fan, so Yeah, there we go.
I'm only a Nintendo fan if Mario appears, but well, not only Mario, but Legend of Zelda and other stuff. But apparently, they just saw Mario. I was like, just Mario? Really? Can't you guys think of something else? Really?
Thinking of something else that involves work, NS.
I
That's
know.
that's like saying, but make a good. You're telling a company to make a good game, and there's just stuff. I'm making a good game. Don't be silly. Anyways, now that we're done with the three conferences, three main at least, we're gonna talk what wish list of the games that were in E3 that we would like to play. So we're gonna start with the games that we both want, which are only four for what we have in our list. So first of all, we have the new Sega All-Star Racing Transform.
Yep.
Uh, that one's so far we've revealed two new characters, which was Vice from Skies of Arcadia and the Viking from Golden Axe,
Yes.
which you actually played in the marathon. The guy you played in the
Yeah, the
marathon.
guy. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. He has a name. I just forgot it.
Yeah, you will text it on the video because if you
Yes, more work for me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I suddenly I was like, what's his name again? I kind of forgot.
Yeah, but anyways, the new gimmick about this game is that you're not gonna only use a car, you're also gonna use a plane and a boat. Which is why Vice from Skies of Arcadia is probably here, because you probably don't know because you didn't play the game. Neither do I, but I did watch a Let's Play about it. And pretty much that is a world that happens in the sky. Logically, that's where the Skies of Arcadia comes from. Duh.
Yeah.
But anyways, you use a ship to fly around places, so you can see where this vehicle is going. So probably the vehicle for the sky and for the sea is gonna probably be the same.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, and as for the Viking, is probably gonna use animals as vehicles.
Yeah, maybe.
This is animal violence right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other game that was in E3 was Sly Cooper Freezing Time, which was also revealed in the last year at E3, but this time there was actual gameplay.
Actually, I saw a bit of gameplay while E3 was still on, but that was on an interview still. In this game, there's side scrolling. Yeah, if that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, there's a bit side scrolling, but then again, in the other Sly Cooper games, there was also a bit of side scrolling every now and then.
Yeah, but it was small.
Yeah, I guess so. But in this game, there was already a review before E3, but in this game you play as the Sly's ancestors.
Yes.
So that's a pretty cool thing. And also you have like this disguise that will give you different powers. It seems that are powers that you get from your ancestors. So you will have the abilities from your ancestors, and you can use it at any time after you probably beat the episode. Or at least that's what the idea they give me.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
So, and
The other game. What are you gonna say?
well, I was gonna talk about voice acting, but I don't know if I should talk about it.
Yeah, the voice acting is pretty much the same except for Carmelita.
Again, for the fourth time, they're changing voice. Why? Why?
Yeah,
That's something I never understood.
I think that at this point it's just a gag.
Yeah, I guess. Let's hope this voice is decent, though.
It seems pretty decent. It's not bad. It just doesn't sound as good as in the one in Sly 3 or 2. It's better than the one in 1, though, because I don't like that one that much.
Oh,
but,
the first one was very Spanish accent, pretty much. And they didn't sound right.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh well.
Anyways, the other game is PlayStation All-Stars. We already talked about that.
So, yeah, no need to talk about it again.
Yeah, so, and then we have Kingdom Hearts 3D. We're actually not sure if there was actually gameplay shown in E3, but maybe there was.
Maybe there was.
Yeah, so we're working because Kingdom Hearts fans.
Yes.
There's nothing else to talk. I already know the story already. I already know what happens in that. But, I'm not there for the story. I'm more there for the gameplay. Even though the story is also an important part in Kingdom Hearts. But then again, the story fucking is confusing as shit, so at this point I really just don't care.
But it has new worlds, though. One of them is Tron, from the new Tron movie, not the old one.
Yeah, but they were related with the old Tron a bit, actually.
No, there's a bit of difference, but yeah, the story.
No, but that technically is the same world.
Yeah,
Technically,
but
even though he doesn't have the same name, he's technically the same name. And you'll see that when we play Kingdom Hearts
yeah.
3D.
Anyways,
There's also Hunchback's world,
yeah,
which is pretty
Hunchback
cool.
of Notre Dame.
Yeah, Hunchback of the Notre Dame, which has the fucking name in French.
Make
Well, it makes sense. That happens in France, so.
Yeah, what happens in France stays in France.
hmm So, anyways, those are the games that we are both looking for. So, what else in the list that you have that you're looking for,
Well,
Dennis?
well, one of them is the Family Guy game called Family Guy Back to the Multiverse. I only saw a couple of images. It looks pretty decent, I guess, but we'll see about that. I'm a Family Guy fan. I watch the show though when I'm eating dinner and whatnot. I like Family Guy. I met people that don't like because oh, it's so stupid and whatnot. Come on, can't the shows be a little stupid? I mean, being stupid is also funny. What's the problem with that? I never
Yeah, you
understood.
know a lot about that.
I never understood that. Really, never.
hmm
Anyways, the next one is a Facebook game, SimCity. And it's on Facebook already, but it's not released. It's not been officially released yet. It's gonna be released this year, and obviously it's made by Electronic Arts. Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like Cityville of the Zynga, but a bit different. That's all. Okay, next one. Theatrhythm Final Fantasy, a rhythm game. Woohoo! The title says it all. It's already been released in Japan. For what I heard, the game is it's pretty good. It has good ratings. I like rhythm games. I have a rhythm game myself now, but that's only a practice for this one. And for what I heard, this game will have soundtrack from Final Fantasy 1 to Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, I like the soundtracks and whatnot, but to do the rhythm of the soundtrack, it's kind of a difficult job to do. So yeah, I guess I better listen to the soundtracks a lot.
Yep,
And
that's all of the games.
That's all.
Okay. For me, we have Devil May Cry, which is actually a reboot from the series. The design for the new Dante is actually completely different. Even though in the gameplay it's shown that I'm gonna call it Devil Trigger. I'm not sure if that's what it's called in this game, but when he goes in Devil Trigger mode, he looks like the original Dante. Now, the only problem this plays kind of like the other Devil May Cry games, and it's actually made in America instead of Japan. But the only problem I have with this is the personality of the new Dante, which just swears every fucking time. I kid you not, there's actually a cutscene that is just swearing to the boss. And swearing back and forth, back and forth. What the fuck am I watching? That's the only complaint I have to the game, because it does look pretty cool otherwise. The other game is The Amazing Spider-Man, which is actually coming out, I think this month or next one, I'm not sure. But I'm a Spider-Man fan, and this is actually an open world like the Spider-Man 2 movie related game. And that one is actually a pretty good game for a movie related game. And then we have Quantum Chrono blah, blah, blah. Weird words.
Just text it. There you go.
Yeah, I'll just text it. Actually, I'll actually probably put gameplay. This kind of is like Portal. It's kind of a puzzle first person. But one of the person that is developing this game actually worked in the first Portal game. So, and it looks pretty cool. It has like you have like some kind of physics of you can turn the objects into metal and then they turn into cloud. It's kind of like switching dimensions of some sort. And I'm looking forward to that. And then we have Epic Media 2 because it has co-op, and that's the only reason why I'm going for that. And then we have Rayman Legends, which co-op again, even though I haven't played Origins, which I should probably do. And I'm hoping that Rayman Legends, unlike the Rayman Oranges, has online co-op, because this time they don't have the same excuse, because the reason why they didn't have that is because that was also coming out for the Nintendo Wii. And Nintendo Wii didn't have much of online support, so maybe since this is coming out for the Wii U, it might have better internet support. So yeah, that's all of the games that we wish for that were in this E3. So yeah, what do you think overall of this E3, NS?
I guess it was kind of a. I don't want to say better, but it was a little okay than than last year. I'm just disappointed with Microsoft. I mean, they basically came to E3 and they just basically thought, okay, we don't have ideas, so what are we gonna talk about here? I'll just say whatever comes to mind, and they did. But yeah, then the other conferences they were all okay. I'm just the downfall was only Microsoft in my opinion. But yeah, the E3 overall was good. I'm just giving a downfall note to Microsoft and saying, Microsoft, next time, please talk about video games. Stop bashing about the Kinect. I know you're trying to sell the product, but you're not selling quite well. Just say it right. Games, not Kinect, please. Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly what Microsoft was missing, was mostly exclusives. So that's like I said billions of times, so I'm not going to talk about Microsoft conference anymore. So as for Sony, they had a bunch of games, but they didn't just go for the move. They shouldn't have ended like that. That's the only complaint about that I have with that. And then we have Nintendo, which had a bunch of good games, but mostly of the Wii U games were already games that already came out, and people were just not gonna buy it, just exclusive for the Wii U. And there was a bunch of Mario games. The only good thing that I can tell you about the Nintendo press conference was probably Pikmin 3, and actually that's it. That was Pikmin 3. There we go.
Wow,
So
Chuck is so happy now.
yeah, and yeah. So are you gonna buy a Wii U NS in the release day?
Well, if I'm gonna buy it, which will probably happen, I will buy the black one. I'm gonna change color this time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because yeah, it has to have a black PS3, a black 360, and a black Wii U.
No, my Wii was white, so I better change color this time.
Yeah, it's just to go with everything. No, it's just to go to everything because you have a black 360.
I guess.
PS3, I already expect it to be black, but you know.
Yeah, I think it's just two versions because there's also a white
Mhm.
one. So
Yeah, they actually show that in the Nintendo press conference, but I actually didn't note that, and I kind of forgot to talk about that. But you know, a good thing you talk about it in the end.
yes, I'm also good.
So yeah, this is all for this podcast. It was actually a lot of fun to do, and we are hopefully gonna have more of this podcast. We're not gonna do it that often. We're probably just gonna do it when we have something to talk about. We'll probably have Hell next time, depending on the topic, or SB, or even someone besides NS. Might not NS might not be here. I mostly will be the host. NS might be the host sometimes instead, depending on the topic. It might be, let's talk about Shenmue 3, NS. Something on those words. And in the meanwhile, I'm probably gonna ask the other members of GPT Comms what should we call this podcast, because GPT Podcast, yeah, kind of talk about generic names. GPT Podcast is the most generic name I probably fucking talk about in this podcast. So hopefully that will change. But if you want, you can actually leave a comment of ideas of the name that this podcast should call. And I don't want any swearing podcast name there, by the way.
Yeah,
I
we
know
don't
you're taking a. We're not deciding that, and you are being warned from this. If you didn't listen to this, I don't care. I'll just tweet your comment, and probably block you, depending
Yes.
if you're really just insulting. So yeah, this is all for this podcast. We'll see you in the other playthroughs and in the next podcast. Who knows? So see you then. Bye bye.
Bye.